Hey y'all, it's Corey with Everyday Man, doing everyday reviews for everyday people. And I want to let you guys know, hey, if you like this shirt I'm wearing, go check out my merchandise shop. It'll be linked down below. So now let's get to it. What we got here is a Swamp Donkey Enterprises sound system that we're going to be putting in the Can-Am Defender. And we'll get with it right after this. So what we've got here is a Swamp Donkey Enterprises overhead stereo for the Can-Am Defender. Now I wanted to show it to you guys on the table before I actually got to installing and putting it in, because it's got some really cool features that I think you ought to know about. First thing, it's got dome lights, man. I think that's gonna be really nice. I do have a dome light mounted on the middle bar of my Defender. I have the Defender Max, and it works really good, but you really can't see in the front real well. And this is gonna be pretty close to the windshield, and I'll be able to see this really nicely. It also has the RGB 6.5-inch kicker speakers. Man, I think these are really cool looking, and I think they're gonna look really cool at night when the music's jamming, you know. I think it's a nice touch. Now, they also make a version without the RGBs that's a couple of $100 cheaper. I'm gonna put a link down in the description to Swamp Donkey Enterprises so you guys can check them out also. But they do have the ones without the RGBs. I went with the ones with the RGBs. I really like the way they look. So those are on individual switches, we can see. And then we have a Sony head unit under a waterproof cover, and it too has its own switch. So the only thing we're gonna have to do is get this mounted up and then run a power wire down to the battery. So let me go ahead and get it set up. Now we'll have to remove my roof to do this. So we're gonna go move the camera and we'll do that. Now I do wanna show you, it does come with the Sony handbook. It comes with some mounting brackets and screws. It comes with the remote for the RGBs and a remote for the head unit. So let's go get this thing put in the Can-Am and see what we got going. So I went ahead and pulled my roof off camera. So I'm gonna go get the radio and see if I can get it put in here by myself. Okay. So the radio comes with these L brackets. You just screw them into the side, and those are gonna sit on the frame or on the roof of the Defender. I'm sorry, not on the roof, on the roll cage. And then we'll put some self-tapping screws and get them on down. So we got it in there. It's a very snug fit in between the roll cage, but it's in there. It fits right up against the front of this. I'm gonna have to drill some holes and mount that. Mount the box to this bar. But other than that, the only thing we got left to do is run this electrical wire. So we're just gonna get this wire to the back. If this fuse holder will fit. I'm really hoping it's long enough. Looks like it might be. And, oh, if it's long enough, it's barely long enough. It was probably plenty long enough for the single seater, single row. Try and get this fuse holder in there. And we got it. All right. All right, so we got it run down the side. Only thing we got left now is to hook it up to the battery. Well, I tell you, it is just barely gonna reach. All right. We got it hooked up to the battery. So let's go ahead and cover this battery back up. And we'll see what we got. It's hooked up to the battery and it's in. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm very happy with the way it fits in here. It fits really tight. In fact, it fits so tight, I didn't think it was gonna fit, but it's really snug and it's gonna work great. Now, one of the complaints I had with my Swamp Donkey and my Kawasaki Teryx was how close it was to my head and how I could bump my head on it. But this one's got plenty room underneath, and it really feels like a quality product. My first one came with Boss speakers and a Boss head unit. Now this one has kicker speakers and a Sony head unit. And I really feel like Swamp Donkey has upped their quality. I really do. I think it's an excellent unit. And I want you to come take a look at it inside the vehicle, inside the Defender. We got the lights on. We got the radio on. I like that this cover is magnetic as opposed to a snap. That was another problem I had with my other waterproof cover, was the snap broke. This magnet's not gonna break. That's really nice. Now I can set these RGBs to any color I want. I'm not really gonna go through all of that. Most people nowadays really know how that works. Now, one thing I was surprised is that these speakers won't actually flash with the music. I found that a little bit odd, but I'm okay with it. I probably won't actually ever use them when I'm riding in it because they'll glare off the windshield, but it'll be fun if I'm parked in the dark and I'm playing music. So let's go ahead and give this thing a sound test. I'm gonna turn on. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention as well, the Sony head unit has NFC capability, so it is extremely easy to connect your Bluetooth phone to it. You tap it against the volume button and it picks up instantly. So we're gonna turn on a little Tom Macdonald right now. Let's check him out, Ashes. So I'm gonna crank it up and step away from it. I've got the microphone on my chest and we'll walk away from it. We'll see how loud it is.
Royalty, I'm locked and loaded till the motor overheats. I'll rock the boat and seas I'm not supposed to be. The Holy Ghost is in my broken bones and heaven only knows what being hard's awoken me. The homes of those who try to stop my roll and throw me to the wolves will turn out burned and smoldering. I'm feeling the confidence with everything that I wanted and then I'm drinking behind me so they will not be forgotten. I hit the bottom so often that when I did hit the bottom it didn't hurt even a bit, but now I'm proceed with caution and I've been haunted by rotten bodies. The path that I plotted been full of haters and demons. I burned a bridge when I crossed it. I got a dollar in my pocket, then I'm saving just in case. I get to where I'm headed and I still need change.
So this thing sounds great. It is extremely loud. One thing I love about this Can-Am is actually how quiet it is. I will have no problem hearing this radio wide open. Let me go turn it back down and I'll finish up this video. So I'm going to tell you, I'm really impressed with this unit. It really fits in the Defender really well. You guys should definitely look up Swamp Donkey Enterprises, man. They're really good people. I've communicated with them a few times, and I'm really liking the unit. And go ahead and check out Tom Macdonald as well, man. Got some really good stuff. And guys, until next time, I'll see y'all on Everyday Man.